Another helmet change, perhaps back to the original. Out of timeouts, 3:53 to go. Ball's just inside the 2-yard line. Kenneth Gainwell's the back. Valdez Scantling, bottom of the screen. It's Gainwell, running right, trying to get to the corner. In for the touchdown! Well, Gainwell made up for it. That false start on 3rd down earlier. Chris Boswell, big extra point. Good rushing there by Robinson of Baltimore. But the extra point is good. And the Steelers lead by 3 with 3:49 left in regulation.
Mason McCormick here, and he's got to get all the way out to this block right there. Watch him hustle and get on top of that. That is such a difficult block, and he executed that one perfectly. No holding call, got his hands in there a bit, but got him down when needed.
And Mike Tomlin loved that play down near the goal line for the 2-yard run. For Kenneth Gainwell, he's got his Super Bowl ring from Philadelphia last year. And Aaron Rodgers has put the Steelers defense in position. If they can hold, they'll host Houston here next Monday night. Still a lot of time. 3:49, 3 timeouts. And the Baltimore Ravens have Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP.
And remember what this offense has been for Baltimore tonight. It's been 2 big plays. 2 big pass plays by Lamar Jackson, and not a whole lot other than that. So now you put the ball in the hands of Lamar Jackson and say it is time, MVP.
Single return man, LaJohntay Wester goes back now along with the Ravens' regular return man, Keaton Mitchell. And that's the man who's going to take it. Wester across the 20, stumbling and avoiding that hit. Down just after the 25-yard line. And Melissa, Mike Tomlin's team up 3 with 3:43 to go.
Yes, and he is so animated, so positive, so communicative with his defense down here, getting up in his players' faces with Cam Hayward and Nick Herbig. And he's saying, I'm watching you all. And he's talking about smashing the run. He even goes up to guys and says, you good? Answer his own question, saying, we're good. He is loving the physicality that they are bringing.
Ravens drive starts at the 27. To Derrick Henry inside, nothing. Another play by the 36-year-old captain, Cameron Hayward.
Well, remember what they did on the last drive. They came out and threw the ball on 1st down. That was one of those plays you go, I bet you they come out and run Derrick Henry on 1st down. They did. Now backs up against the wall. Now you have to allow Lamar to either get on the edge or get creative with some kind of scramble. Or checking. He's checked into some big plays this year, too.
Fakes it to Henry. Jackson in the middle. It's caught by Ricard, the fullback. His first reception, his 2nd target of the year. What a time for that. To the 37-yard line. It's a 1st down, 2:45 to go.
Ricard said, what, you're throwing it to me? That is what you do. Sometimes in coverage, you just book certain guys. You just go, okay, I know Ricard's not going to catch the ball. And then he does, and they got a 1st down.
Well, they are replay assisting this to short of the 1st down. Wait, if they replay assist it to short, it should be 3rd down. Because they had the run for Henry for 1st down.
Correct.
In the 2nd down play, so the announcement was different than the down box.
It'll be 3rd down.
And it is 3rd down. So the clock gets paused here at 2:34 for the administrative reset of all the chains. And we'll start on the whistle.
Little shotgun.
3rd and 1. Fake to Henry
Did it
Jackson.
again.
Shot
They did it
downfield.
again.
Zay Flowers again. Zay Flowers inside the 20. He's going to go. There is a flag on the far side of the field. Let's see what that is. The Ravens react as though it is on Pittsburgh. And the Ravens get the Steelers the same way for the second time in this quarter.
Holding. Defense number 24. That penalties decline is over play as a touchdown.
Unbelievable. Zay Flowers behind the defense again.
They got up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They faked a little pitch out there to Henry, and they got the clear out route on the outside by Devontae Walker, and nobody picked up the number 1 receiving threat of the Baltimore Ravens.
By far. Tyler Luke now has an important extra point. And he nails it, so the Steelers are going to need a touchdown. 24-20 the score, 2:20 to go. Wild 4th quarter for the North.
I thought I was watching a replay of the first half. Got that down the field and over there, and there is nobody in the middle of the field. Look at that. I mean, you could stop that. That is as big an area as I have ever seen wide open on a football field.
The 4th lead change of the game, the 3rd in the 4th quarter.
Zay Flowers had to be as shocked as anybody out there.
Look at Jalen Ramsey looking around like, where is everybody? Wow. Flowers, couple of touchdowns, 138 yards on the night, and has given the Ravens a 4-point lead. And now we go back to the point that the Steelers are out of timeouts. Lamar Jackson saw the flag, said no, yes, it's on them. I've got 2 big touchdowns in this quarter, 3 on the game. And Flowers, we mentioned the disappointment that's happened to him, one with injury, one with a key turnover in the postseason, trying to get his way to the playoffs. Luke's last kick went out of bounds. This one won't threaten that. He's going to kick it deep. They'll get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Well, what did Mike Tomlin tell us? This is why you go get Aaron Rodgers, for these kind of moments right here.
Aaron told us on Friday, the league is so beautiful and frustrating. 1 or 2 plays in every game make a difference. He has authored so many memories, so many last-minute comebacks. Well, he has the pen one more time, perhaps one last time, with a chance to write another chapter in one of the greatest NFL careers and get the Steelers to the playoffs. If he doesn't, the Ravens will be division champs.
And cornerback Nate Wiggins, number 2, back on the field again, so a little deeper than they were on that last drive.
From the 35, Rodgers inside, caught by Austin. Calvin spins, gain of 17. Probably take this to the 2-minute warning. And there's no rush from Rodgers, so Pittsburgh will just let it spin down to the 2-minute warning. As Alohi Gilman continues to feel the pain of this game. Baltimore 24, Pittsburgh 20 at the 2-minute warning. We're back in 30 seconds after this from AWS. It's down to its final 2 minutes, and just like the rest of the season, who knows what's going to happen? It's been so unpredictable in so many ways, and for these teams, they've been in the middle of so much drama, and now it's on the field some 49 yards away from the end zone to decide what's going to happen. Timeout's not really much of a factor here now, Chris, with 2 minutes and the ball across midfield.
Except on the Ravens side. As we go down this drive here, remember, even if the Steelers were to score a touchdown here, they would be just a field goal away, so they're going to want to try to preserve time if they can.
Rodgers has it for the Steelers at the Ravens 49. The 4-man rush, fires, it's complete, inbounds, so the clock keeps running with Adam Thielen. His forward progress is going to be marked up around the 41-yard line. So it's going to set up a couple of yards on second down, 2nd and 2.
The lack of a pass rush, if the Ravens don't make the playoffs, that'll be why.
Double move.
Gainwell slipping inside. Through the tackle of Washington, Kenneth Gainwell brought down by Gilman at the 26-yard line with 1:25 left in regulation.
Beautifully done. Just when you knew the Ravens were going to have to come after him in some way, shape, or form, slip that screen pass.
On from the Steelers as the time spins down on their season. Rodgers with the fake and throwing over the head of Gainwell and incomplete. Not grounding Gainwell in the area, over his head. 1:03 remaining here in the 4th.
But the difference is, remember we're watching the tape when he was facing Cleveland and Myles Garrett. Every single snap was in on Aaron Rodgers, and he did not play well. He was making mistakes. Tonight, we have not seen the Ravens, but an occasional time when there was nobody open, when they got pressure on him. And a confident Aaron Rodgers is one that's not getting hit.
They don't have that guy. Player with the most sacks has 4 on the season. So will there be pressure at any point? The 26, a little bit of a different look. Inside, the throw's high and incomplete. Thielen looking for a flag. He doesn't get it. And it's 3rd down and 10 with 60 seconds left.
When these two teams play, they're just bodies flying everywhere. I didn't see the interference. We'll take a look.
Nope, all good. Steelers need to get the ball to the 16-yard line. Calvin Austin is the lone receiver to the left. 3 to the right, including the tight end Freiermuth. Rodgers protected, throws to Austin for the touchdown!
For the Baltimore Ravens, a season may come down to a slip.
Calvin Austin's 3rd touchdown, back off the hamstring injury. The extra point from Boswell. Twisting, no good, no good. He missed the extra point. He had not missed one all year. It's the 2nd missed extra point in his last 4 years. At an unbelievable time to do that.
Here's the slip. Going to come up, little hesitation and go route. And Chidobe Awuzie has had a nice game out here. He slips. There's no way anybody else can be responsible. And it is a horrible thing when it happens to you. We were waiting for somebody to make a play, and there it was.
And on the extra point, everything looked fine. That is the path that his ball has been taking. It's some misses against Cleveland as well. That's just a crushing miss. He'd only missed 15 in his career. He had made 85 in a row, 89 including the postseason. His last miss of an extra point was December 16 of 2023. And of all things, at all times. So now a field goal for Baltimore would win the division. And Lamar Jackson, who's already thrown a couple of touchdowns in this 4th quarter where we've had 4 lead changes. Can he get it down there close enough for the rookie Tyler Luke to have his moment in this Ravens-Steelers series?
Plenty of time, 3 timeouts. Time really should not be a factor here.
Keaton Mitchell, LeJonte Wester awaits. It's going to be the speedy running back Mitchell from the 5. It's the numbers, got a good return going. There goes Mitchell, right around midfield. They're only a 1st down or so away from field goal range with those 3 timeouts. Keaton Mitchell, a big moment.
This game is crazy. crazy.
And credit the special teams and Chris Horton, the special teams coordinator, who played special teams for the Steelers special teams coordinator, Danny Smith, when he was in Washington. There's Horton, and his unit has just come up with a massive play. The ball is marked at their own 47-yard line.
They stay in that 5-down look. They are more afraid of Derrick Henry than Lamar Jackson right now.
Jackson throwing sideline. It is complete, out of bounds at the 45-yard line to Devontae Walker. Just 1 point on loop. We are so used to seeing kickers make 60-yarders, all those long field goals. His long is 52. His 3 misses this year have been from 55 or more. So they've got to get it a little bit closer. That's Danny Smith, the Steelers special teams coordinator.
The respect of Derrick Henry is getting these receivers open, Mike.
Because with those 3 timeouts, the run's right in the playbook. Jackson going to throw, out quick, flag down, Mark Andrews. The grab, let's check the flag. Is it a formation issue on Baltimore?
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 79 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That is Ronnie Stanley.
And one of the problems that Ronnie Stanley has had is with Highsmith out here. He tried to gain a little advantage, and they got him.
It's a good call. Your helmet has to break the belt line of the center, and he was back behind it. It's a close one that at other times maybe let go. Sighted here, 2nd and 7 from midfield.
Steelers need a sack.
Jackson dancing, keeping the play alive. Now scrambling, lofting over the head of DeAndre Hopkins, whose name has not been called all night, but he was standing there with room to run.
Oh my goodness, and Hopkins thought that he wanted him to just stand there, and Lamar's saying, go down the field, you might have scored with this thing. Watch the scramble out, he's just gonna drop it right over the top. Total miscommunication.
31 seconds left, it's 3rd and 7.
Goose!
Play clock running down. Steelers adjust the defense and bring some pressure. Jackson chased, keeps it alive. Herbert tries to get him. Jackson flings it out of play. Avoids the sack.
Incomplete forward pass. 4th down.
Out of the tackle box past the line of scrimmage. That was all right. But now it's 4th and 7. And the season comes down to 1 play.
And they went back to the blitz that they used early in the game. They brought Nate Herbig back inside, rushed him right up the middle, and just like he did in the first half, got pressure again. Wouldn't be surprised to see him come back, because the one thing you cannot do is allow Lamar Jackson to hold this ball.
Good time to take a timeout. Get organized when it's 1 play for the season with 21 seconds left.
It's amazing that penalty on Ronnie Stanley was absolutely huge.
Just been an incredible season of great moments, unpredictable plays. And now maybe the best rivalry the NFL has at the moment comes down to 1 play to keep alive hopes of a division title.
So many times you look to the veterans here, and Mark Andrews has been a guy over the years that you can really count on in these key situations. Of course, had the awful moment in the playoffs last year, but I'm sure he would love a little redemption right now.
Will the Steelers bring that pressure? It's 4th and 7. Season on the line. Jackson lofting it up, and it is caught! Held on to by Isaiah Likely at the 22-yard line. He's been in the middle of so many big moments, and he comes up with a catch. Timeout, Baltimore. 12 seconds left in field goal position. Wow!
Absolute insanity. First of all, they block Andrews over here. but they have to commit coverage. So there's nobody left in behind. So if they can protect it long enough, that meant that Likely could get across the field and Ramsey mistimed the jump. And my goodness gracious, Lamar Jackson, there have been questions this past week about his own toughness. Does he really want to be here? Could he have played last week? We've heard it all, right? And Lamar Jackson has delivered time after time, and Aaron Rodgers cannot believe that what he's done in this fourth quarter may not be enough.
Think about Likely, Thanksgiving night, the touchdown he almost had against Cincinnati, fumbled out of the back of the end zone. First game against Pittsburgh, week 14, controversy in the end zone with the catch. Now that big one. 14 seconds left. Baltimore has one timeout, trying to line it up in the middle of the field for Loop. Jackson takes a knee. Harbaugh goes over to the official. Will tell him when he wants the timeout for Tyler Loop's opportunity, and he'll bring it all the way down to the end. The missed extra point by Chris Boswell. He had only missed one in 4 years, and Harbaugh is telling Likely how special that play was to set up this moment for the rookie out of Arizona. The Ravens, of course, had Justin Tucker for so long, the most accurate kicker in the history of the league. And Rodgers can't believe what he has just witnessed, what might be the end for him. But they went around the country and spoke to a lot of the kickers who were coming out, and they decided Tyler Loop was made of the right stuff for moments like this. He now has a chance to win the division for the Ravens. The final play of the regular season for the final spot in the playoffs. Tyler Loop from 44. Snap good. Hold it. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
One more game out of Aaron Rodgers.
Season-ending heartbreak for the Ravens again. And for the first time since 2020, the Pittsburgh Steelers rule the North in the AFC.
There is no way, Mike, to practice the pressure of a game-winning free throw or a game-winning kick or a game-winning putt, and the rookie succumbed that time.
Ravens still in disbelief. As Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers will host Houston in the wild card game next Monday night. The touchdown as the man fell down. Calvin Austin to the end zone, puts the Steelers on top 26-24. And then for the second time in 4 years, one of the best kickers in the league, Chris Boswell, misses to the right. But then the Ravens come back down the field, and Isaiah Likely, who's had so many close calls that didn't go his way, on a fourth down play, goes up to get them in field goal range. And the rookie Tyler Loop from 44 yards. And just like the Boswell extra point, the kick goes right. And the 106th National Football League season takes all the emotions up and down, including the devastation for the rookie of what might have been. And for Derrick Henry, he missed it. It will not be. And for John Harbaugh and the Ravens, a crushing defeat, just like started this regular season. And for Mike Tomlin, the standard is the standard. And the champion of the North is Pittsburgh. Lamar Jackson was ready to celebrate. Aaron Rodgers got to celebrate. The Chevrolet postgame coming up after this.